Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to part 4 of the Ultimate Guide to Bloodborne's DLC, which is technically part 17 of the total Ultimate Guide to Bloodborne. Today we're going to be taking on Laurence and finishing up all the side stuff like getting the Accursed Brew and stuff like that. We're going to do all that in this one. Yeah, so this is short, as you can see.
Yeah, there's a lot in it, but apparently everything takes like 30 seconds, so...
Yeah, so basically I guess at this point, this section here, always do this, just duck into the side. It's the same as the one that's on the bridge in the regular game, just before Gascoigne.
Yeah.
You can do it with that. So just hug the left and you'll be fine. Now, the reason why I'm coming down here is because that big Cthulhu fucker is right there, and I don't want to fight him, basically.
Yeah, they're honestly more hassle than they're worth.
Like, these guys aren't just the executioners from the forest, these guys are the executioners from the forest, but with AoE once they get 50% health. It's really annoying. It makes it really tough to dodge. Their attack combos are really quick, and then couple that with the AoE, it's difficult to dodge. So
if you are part of the... Well, if you're wearing the Impurity Rune, basically you'll see Vault or something.
You can summon Vaulter. Oh, that's another reason, by the way. If you want to summon Vaulter, make sure you pull that Cthulhu down the stairs, and then as soon as you summon Vaulter, just run straight up, and Vaulter won't attack it, because he'll automatically path towards you. If you do that while the Cthulhu is attacking you, Vaulter's going to attack the Cthulhu before he comes to the gate, obviously.
Yeah. So remember, to actually fight this guy, you need Laurence's skull, so you know how to get that in part 2 if you go there.
Yep. Laurence's skull is under the elevator.
To the research hall.
To the research hall, yes. So where you would go to get the church cannon.
Yeah. So we're actually going to show you footage of doing this cunt solo first.
So just straight up cut there.
So the first attack you always start out with is that slam attack that will have the pull-up explosion part of it.
Now, of course, using bolt paper, because...
So, really this guy is just a bigger...
Fire cleric beast.
Yeah, bigger, badder cleric beast, and generally you want to stay away from its big arm and dodge into its little arm. That's...
Yeah, same as the cleric beast. Just stay beside it, stay behind it. Of
Personally,
course,
he's
this one has stage 2. This one has stage 2. You've always had trouble with cleric beast.
Yeah, I don't know what... I've never seen it be able... There's like no real oh, this is the cheese man.
Now, of course, we're using Whirligig. You can use Saw Cleaver as well, obviously. Serrated weapons, you will get the bonus damage because he has a beast. So you will get the bonus damage, but Whirligig is just really good for just doing a fuck ton of damage. Like, he's almost at, like, half HP and we're only, what, 30-40 seconds into the fight.
Something I will say is I found the Saw Cleaver personally easier. The Saw Cleaver was really, really good for me because you can just hammer into his legs and break him up that way.
I'm using L2 grinds.
But I mean, the Whirligig is also very good. However,
I think it's just my favourite weapon right now for PvE.
So the best gun for this guy is the Piercing Rifle. Apparently, it can deal a lot of damage to its face, and in the same way that you can deal damage to the head of the normal cleric beast. Yeah.
So in stage 2, he loses his legs, and there's always going to be fire trailing out his asshole. So you gotta be careful, you can't exactly get behind him. When he does this, by the way, you want to dodge towards his little arm and just try and get behind him because his tracking doesn't come all the way around and you can sort of stay out the way of all the swings.
Yeah.
There's 2 attacks which are really, really good. So what I'm doing right now, that is what you want to do. Right there. I dodged back before I dodged past him, but I remembered. So those 2 attacks you can really take advantage of. And one of them is, there'll be like a lava spit that he does. And there's another one where he'll scream and he'll just basically shit out lava constantly. So this is one of the attacks you can take advantage of. I'm too far away for it to work, but you can typically run past them and hit them a fuck ton of times when you're in there.
Now, when he's in this form, it seems that he does have higher defense. I don't know if anyone can confirm this, but we seem to have a harder time being able to land good damage when he's like this.
Maybe it's because I wasn't using bolt paper.
And maybe it's because you can't. It's hard to cripple him. Yeah. But basically, what we're going to show you is
doing it with Vaulter, because we want the 5th Vermin, so...
Yeah, so this is the 5th Vermin that you can get offline. You can't get Vermin any other way aside from summoning Vaulter.
If you're only, like... If you join the League before you do the DLC, this would be the 5th Vermin available in your game. Yeah. So, yeah, basically, it's pretty much the same. You want to stay by him. Me being the fucking idiot I am, decided to use fire paper. So, look at this. So, I unequip the weapon, go to put on bolt paper.
Wait, what? So, that was weird.
I'm sure that when we recorded this, you were like, you're still using fire paper?
Maybe you put it on again and we just never noticed about it.
Maybe, but whatever. The point is, you want to use bolt paper, obviously. Me thinking, oh, he's a beast, I'll use fire. Then I completely forgot that he's just fire cleric beast.
So, Vaulter is not bad.
I mean, there's a bit of work keeping him alive when you get to stage 2 anyway.
Yeah.
You might have to get in there close and like save him with a choir bell every now and again. I had to do it a few times the first time that I done this during the testing for the guide.
Yeah.
But basically Volter's really good for one reason, that he's also using a whirligig, which means that you're doing a fuck ton of like crippling damage to the cleric beast, and you're gonna get those moments where it like staggers for a second really like a lot more often. And that's kind of what you want, because that's free damage.
But again, Volter is kind of squishy when you're going against the cleric beast, so
yeah,
he does take a lot of heat off you, which is good. So if you can take advantage of that and keep the cleric beast's attention between you and Volter, then you're going to have probably quite an easy time.
Now this is when Volter becomes troublesome, because Volter gets stuck in this attack right here quite a lot. Volter constantly gets stuck in that when the lava spews out the back of it, and then he's kind of fucked. Or he'll always get caught by the spit as well, which means that you might have to save him. But typically he should always heal himself up to enough health that he can take the lava or the full spit attack.
Yeah.
So it's usually okay. But apparently he just stood and took that one. Like he dodged the one before it, he just stood there and the cleric beast just slapped him.
Now, in New Game Plus, we would probably argue that Laurence is harder than Cos.
Only because Laurence does so much damage and he chains a lot of high damage together. But with Cos, it's just about being really good at him.
I mean, that's such a weird way of putting it, because it's being really good. Like
with Cos, if you're good enough with Cos, then you'll beat him even if he hits you. But Laurence has this thing where if he catches you, he's going to keep you caught.
And he seems a little more unpredictable as well.
Yeah, his attacks are a little bit tougher to dodge and like manipulate. So you just got to be really careful. You don't want to stay too far away from either, because he keeps doing this attack and it's one of his highest damaging attacks. So it's just constant pressure. And that's kind of what you need to look out for. As you can see, I just spammed a fuck ton of vials. But now we're looking to end the fight because, I mean, we want to keep Volter alive, so we get that yawn 5th Vermin.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it for Laurence. Serrated weapons are pretty much the only really bonus tip we can give you. If you have them, stack as many beast damage runes as you can.
Yeah, because beast damage, as far as we're aware, will out-damage normal damage, but
only if all of your gems are beast damage.
Yeah.
Like, only if all of them is like attack versus beast up 22%. If you've got 3 of them, because of the way the attack versus certain enemies work, it stacks in a different way, so it ends up multiplying as opposed to just stacking on top of each other.
Yeah.
It'll multiply, which means that you do a fuck ton of damage if you get 3 of them stacked on to specific enemies. But if you're only using 1, then you're actually going to lose a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So either go full physical runes or go full beastkin runes. It'd be the way that I'd put it. Beast hunter runes, sorry, not beastkin.
So back to the Hunter's Dream, and now we're going to go to the Forbidden Woods to finish Volter's shit.
Yeah, because now we've got the 5th Vermin, so we're going to go get...
Are we going there?
No, I guess we're not going there.
Oh, right, no.
We're going to do Brador.
Yeah.
Okay, so Underground Corpse Pile. Now, you've got the key from this. You got the key from Simon before Kos. He would have given you the key. Now, when you get in here, the church guy and the guy in the wheelchair will be dead. Brador's going to invade, so just immediately go and fuck him up.
So again,
same as usual, just fuck him up off the bat, don't let him do anything.
Yeah, you want to just put on the pressure, and that's, I mean, again, it's just general NPC strats, but with this guy, if you jump in immediately and just fire into him so he can't use...
Sock Lever would be really good because it's a low stamina cost, and he should be stunned on every R1, so you can just chain him. Combo in some of the extending L1 attacks, and you'll do a shit ton of damage. And then in here, basically, you just talk to Brador. He's going to give you a bit of a spiel about how you shouldn't be hunting nightmares. No, that's Simon that says you shouldn't be hunting nightmares, isn't it?
Fucking doesn't even matter.
It's
all gibberish anyway.
Yeah, Brador's pretty much like, oh, you're gonna kill me? Okay.
So, we've kept his dialogue in for some fucking reason, but just bonk him over the head and then that'll be it once he's done.
Now, after you kill Brador, he's going to drop a weapon called the Blood Letter. We mentioned it briefly last the last guide episode. It's a strength weapon. You've seen him use it plenty of times by now anyway. It's a strength blood tinge weapon. It's sort of similar to the Soralon katana from Dark Souls 2, where you would commit seppuku, give up some health, and then of course the weapon does more damage, and that's exactly what the Blood Letter does. Similar to the Logarius wheel as well, where you can sacrifice HP to get a fuck ton more damage out of it. It looks promising. I've not used it. I don't know how good the strength scaling is, but I imagine blood tinge scaling is typically really good in every weapon that does blood damage.
Yeah.
So there's your Blood Letter. It's just a big club. basically.
But it sort of works like a halberd. It's quite strange.
Yeah, it has an infinite loop as well, where you just keep doing downward swings over and over again until your stamina runs out, obviously, if you just keep hitting R1. But it's a good attack loop because it's a consistent loop and it's not jarring like when a combo restarts. It's just a really fluid combo from it. So it looks pretty fun to use. Maybe one day I'll make a build that has strength and blood tinge.
Maybe.
But that would mean playing through all the Bloodborne again because no soul vessels.
Fucking... Anyway, so now it's the Forbidden Woods.
Yeah, because now we're going to go deal with Volter and get the... What is it that the helm becomes again?
The Master's Iron Helm.
Yeah, Master's
Iron Helm and the Master. It's one of them.
So, we're going to crush our 5 vermin in Volter's face.
Yeah, so remember, really, technically you don't even need the 5 vermin. You can get the 1 vermin. And
that will give you League Staff and League Oath.
Yep. And then you can just kill Volter and get...
The helmet.
The helmet, because if you do Volter's quest, you get the exact same helmet, but it just has a little bit extra dialogue attached to it.
Yeah, it's got more lore because it's the actual name of the helmet as opposed to just... Because the way it works is you've crushed your 5 vermin, Volter's like, oh, you're a big member of the League now, I can retire, that my last duty was to find a replacement. So he gives you his helmet, and of course it comes with the actual name from it because it's passed to you as opposed to you taking it.
Yeah.
So that's just like a little bit of lore to do with Volter, I guess, and the League. Maybe one day we'll need to look for a replacement and we can give them our hand-me-downs.
So, I mean, essentially, if you don't need Volter for Laurence, then
you can just kill Volter.
Yeah.
Get the helmet that way. But either way,
you still get the Madara's twin showing up afterwards anyway.
Yeah,
so.
Once Volter leaves the game, the Madara's twin shows up.
Yeah.
Because after you give him 5 vermin, of course, when you reload the area, Volter would have disappeared and there'll be the item where he's standing and that's the helmet. So
but
then
to
Madara
reiterate,
shows up.
If you do give him 5 vermin and don't kill him, you can still summon him. So that's the difference there. Plus, when you summon him, he becomes Volter the Beast Eater, as opposed
we
to...
can't show you that. Oh wait, we can show that.
Well, we did show you at the beginning of episode 1.
Yeah, we showed you that at the first episode of the Guide DLC.
So now we've crushed 5 and we've spoke to him.
And we've reloaded the area. And there's the Master's Iron Helm.
Yeah. So that's how you get specifically that, and then when you walk out here, Madara's twin is going to show up.
Now, the Whirligig absolutely fucking annihilates them.
To be fair, he's just a very general NPC hunter.
I mean, I feel like... Because like, you can do this as soon as you enter the Forbidden Woods. You can fight this guy, because you can kill Volter as soon as you enter the Forbidden Woods, and then you can fight the Madara's twin right away, basically. So I feel like maybe he's scaled for, like, maybe level 75, as opposed to, like, level 90 that we're at.
Level 60.
Yeah, like, I'm thinking maybe, like, Yahar'gul level as opposed to Forbidden Woods level, you know? Just a little bit too tough for the Forbidden Woods, but too easy if you go past a certain point in the game, obviously.
So that's us, we've got the Madara's Whistle, and now the last thing is just getting the Accursed Brew, which is the absolute last item in the entire game for us to get.
So put on your Milkweed rune. We got that by doing the quest line for Adeline. Yeah, well done. You remembered her name before I did this time. Adeline in the research hall, where you give her the 2 brain fluid, then you feed her own brain, she gives you the rune. Come over, talk to this guy, exhaust his dialogue, and you'll get an Accursed Brew, which is like a 30 arcane tool, isn't it?
Yeah, it does poison, I think.
I've not used it, but it looks kind of funky.
Yeah, but it's just the concept of having to go to 30 arcane just kind of puts me off.
I know. It's like, I mean, if you're going to that for Call Beyond, because Call Beyond's 40.
But even then, Call Beyond doesn't do.
In fact, now it's kind of more appealing just because the Holy Moonlight Sword's in it.
I suppose, yeah.
It's kind of more appealing because its second form is almost entirely arcane damage. So it's sort of more appealing now.
Thankfully, they gave you more reason for arcane because you do get Black Sky Eye, which is good. But the issue is that you have to go so far into the DLC to get Black Sky Eye that you can't get it like
immediately.
Yeah,
and you have to obviously beat Ludwig to get the weapon that makes it worth going to 40 arcane as well. So it's a tough choice to make. I think I'd probably leave the arcane stat till last if I was doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just peak the damage at the end of NG.
There we go. There we got the Accursed Brew.
And that is it. That is everything this DLC has to offer you guys.
And that is us with the Bloodborne guide. We're still doing the Chalice guide. We'll get around to that at some point.
Yeah, hopefully we get that out before Dark Souls.
I'm sure we will. We'll probably do it in the next couple of weeks. Or
I mean, Dark Souls 3 doesn't come out until when? Start of April?
Yeah.
Like 2 months from now?
We'll get it done.
We've got time. And then again, we are insanely lazy, and we do get distracted pretty easily.
That is a thing, but...
We will try.
Yeah.
We can only promise that we shall try. But that's it for this guide, guys.
Yeah, I suppose we'll see you in whatever the next video. Well, I will see you specifically for guide people in the next Chalice guide, but
Anybody who just watches our shit at random, by the way, we're not doing 2 players, 1 controller Dark Souls 2. We're not. I refuse.
No,
to
we're
play
not doing
that.
for Dark Souls 2.
No, I refuse.
Might do Bloodborne. Might do just see how that is. If it's too difficult, which we think it will be, we'll do like 1 episode. But if not, then
I don't think it'll be too difficult. You think it'll be too difficult?
really.
I hope I don't get you, Shadows of Yarn.